Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tommy Trials. Thomas here. So we're trying something a little bit different. It doesn't mean that any of the other things that we're doing on the channel have been removed or changed or anything like that. But I thought we would try this. There was an update to the Advent to Empire conversion mod that replaced some of the early game troopers. So I wanted to just start over in order to show them off. And so to start over, we're not going to be taking our typical Space Marines. A modder by the name of Cavily, who's done a lot of really cool Mass Effect mods. If you look on the workshop, you can see what he's been able to do. Or they've been able to do. And they let me use a work-in-progress early build of a particular unit that we can use on our side that I wanted to show off as well. So we're kind of doing 2-in-1 here. We're showing off awesome work by Cavily as well as showing off awesome work by Roland3710. Now it's also important to note that Cavily, DimDim, Turtle, and I think one other modder whose name escapes me at the moment and I apologize, they've all worked or put some form of work into the Advent to Galactic Empire conversion mod. I'm going to enable this just so that I can have all 4 soldiers that I made working on the first mission. We are going to be going in the Storm Eagle.
Accessing the feed now.
Because I was too lazy to delete all the other videos. Excitement continues to build. Let me skip. Nope. There we go. So yeah, we're still using the Storm Eagle. I mean, it's more of a Star Wars-y ship than Sky Ranger, I think. I don't know. I just didn't want to remove it and then have to put it back later. We're going to continue, though, with the Space Marines fighting the Empire. But that's a little further in-game, because we're in part, like, 14 or 15? 13? Somewhere in there. Something teen, I think. So, we can't really easily show off the early game units because we've gotten to the veterans.
Long enough to establish their peaceful enclaves within the city centers. It's time we move
Oh,
in
look
and
at
show them
that.
the fight isn't over yet. We're deploying to hit a high-profile target, one that they won't be able to cover up so easily. Move to secure the target site and eliminate any hostile contacts in the area.
Boom. We've got rebels. They're going to be holding machine guns because it's the first mission, and there's like an INI file you can edit to prevent them from using default guns in the first mission. I'm too lazy to do that. Maybe too lazy. I just don't have the time to do that. I say I'm too lazy. It's really not that. I would do it if I knew how. I just don't know how, and I don't have time.
We have a fix on the target. Move to place the X4 charges at the designated position. We're operating in the shadows.
Kind of changed up my mods a little bit. I've got a mod list now. But I can actually just use the default XCOM voices, and they work just fine. It's great.
Stepping off. Location confirmed.
One of my rebels is Australian. It's
You're
amazing.
near the target position.
I think the rebels look great, personally.
Move into position.
He warned me of clipping and whatnot, but I don't see any. So yes, the Imperial Army troopers. You may be thinking,
These guys make
what
up
are
the
they?
bulk of the
Oh,
forces we've
sorry.
dealt with. They're disciplined and well equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
So, I did a little research. Try again. I had to do a little bit of research on them. He is sticking to the Legends lore. He's not sticking to the new lore that Disney has put in place. So that's important to remember. So we won't see Death Troopers in any capacity in this mod, because they were not part of the original lore, which is a pity because they look cool, but on the other side of things, it also makes sense. But they were the standard infantry of the Imperial Army and the most common soldiers of the Galactic Empire on most subject worlds, which, if the Empire is going to be Advent, then that would mean that they've already conquered Earth, obviously. So they were recruited from all across the Empire, though preferably from worlds which lacked any rebel sympathies. But yeah, they were the basic unit, and then the Stormtroopers were slightly more elite. And while we make fun of the Stormtroopers for being terrible shots in the movies, it is pretty well established in the very first movie that they were pretty elite soldiers.
Already there.
But he gave me all kinds of... This is actually the first time I've seen them in a mission. And Cavily gave me warnings about how the rebels were going to look... badly. I think they look... How are you not spotted? I'm not using cheats. I'm trying to play the game proper.
Watch.
For now.
Affirmative. Covering now. Got it covered.
Actually, I can kill you all if I use a grenade, so let's not use a grenade. That gives you a nice little look. Their goggles may change in the future, because if you look at the pictures, they're supposed to have these black goggles. He's trying to get permission from another modder to let him use those goggles. So until then, we're going to have these different looking goggles on them.
What I could.
Oh, what a way to go.
There you go. We've been spotted.
Boop.
Moving to position.
Oh.
Taking fire over here. Focus. Yeah, I didn't get it by the number. We're pushing him back.
These Imperial troopers use UK voice packs, like UK English.
All right, I'll go.
Base XCOM voices, and it works pretty well.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts. We're not sure whether to chalk it up to training or stricter mind control. Heading out.
That was quite the face he had. Honestly.
They're shifting their attack. This looks a little ugly.
Probably grenade that sucker.
Whatever you say.
I was very proud of the names I came up with.
Oh. You know, that was good.
What a way to go. Ah!
On my way.
My lack of cheat codes means I can't do that.
I hope it's worth it.
It's worth it. You bet your bippy it's worth it.
Bombs away.
No more officer, because of a thermal detonator.
There you go. Moving to
Not a
position.
grenade. Definitively not a grenade. What are you shooting at?
Heading out.
What the? I don't know why they were doing that, but okay. Okay, he's gonna run around the fire. Around the fire. There you go. Get this nice, beautiful flanking kill on this guy. And then we're gonna do this and this for the sake of a cool thumbnail photo. And then we're gonna do this and that, and there we're back.
Happy now?
I am, because I got a good picture.
No problem, boss.
Sayonara, buddy.
This is for you.
Ha!
Area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound contacts.
Wow.
Scanners are clear. -15, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double. What's over there? Got it covered. Getting a little too warm over here.
So, during this playthrough, and it really depends how long I do this playthrough, will depend on how many views and likes this video, and I may record part 2 and 3. So if you want this series to continue, be sure to like the video, comment, keep doing it, and, you know, comment other stuff as well. But it's really going to run off of how many views and whatnot it gets, so be sure to share it with your friends.
-15, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Central. Squad is not clear. Do not detonate charges. Nah, but no, seriously. Randomize. 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 Advent Wrecking Crew. Then we change our text option from Advent Wrecking Crew up to Empire. There we go. So cool. So yeah, a little bit more from the Wikipedia. Imperial Army troopers were recruited from all across the Empire, though preferably from worlds which lacked any rebel sympathies. Those who passed their initial screening at their... propaganda got in the way.
Initial reports that the suspension of services were the result of dissident activity have been dismissed as radical propaganda.
Those who passed their initial screening at their local Imperial Recruitment Office and the medical and intelligence assessments at a training center were shipped to one of thousands of drop camps situated across the Empire for basic training. Physical fitness, equipment maintenance, team building drills, and indoctrination were all part of training to become an army trooper. Though survival in a variety of environments was standard, some drop camps specialized in certain exotic types as well. But Earth would be just default, I would reckon. So it's quite enjoyable to have the... that's never going to not be cool, by the way. So it's super enjoyable to have these guys.
Another success beyond all expectations. I'm continually impressed, Commander.
Mm-hmm. Got good ground, moving target, lightning reflexes, iron will, assault and infantry. I've also got the one that not all soldiers are not created equal, so that each person's going to have more mobility and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. For now, they will use...
Commander, to the research labs.
They're all Egyptian. All the rebels are Egyptian. But for now, they will have clone weapons. It's possible in the future that they can get not clone weapons. Send them out with bolters.
Aside from us getting this ship up and running, which was mostly Dr. Shen's work, I haven't felt particularly useful in a long time. I'm more than happy to leave the hard decisions to the commander.
I could send them out with ballistic shields. That looks Star Warsy. The only thing is the ballistic shield mod does not want to play nice with custom weapons. Does not want to play nice at all, that I can tell. But we'll have to see. We'll learn. You can. I'm gonna mainly send them out with the carbines, which I know. I mean, trust me, I definitely know that they are clone weapons. It's possible that in the future we may get to see in this series a not clone weapon, but there's no guarantees of that. I'll send them all out with. I'll put carbines on them, and then I'll take a look at the situation of the next mission, and we'll work from there. Can I make a pistol the primary weapon? Is that an ability? I can make shotgun the primary, but I can't make a pistol the primary. What happens if I do this? You just stand there with nothing at all. Can I do this? Nope. Okay, good. Good to know. Honestly didn't know what was gonna happen. Oh, I can make a pistol. There we go. That's cool. Okay, anyway. Take a look at that. So a couple of guys got shields. Carbine and a shield. Then we'll probably put a sniper or a shotgun on one of them.
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the
Shush your
Avenger,
pie
Commander.
hole.
But we'll need more engineers to clear up space for construction.
Construction initiated.
Skip the cutscene. Then we have to listen to him talk
We're
forever.
attempting contact with a local resistance faction known as the Reapers. These people like to keep a very low profile, so it may take some time before we hear back. While we're waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources. You never know what we may find out there. Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
So we're playing this on
Commander,
veteran.
the Avengers' remote scanning capabilities
I think.
will help us search the
I hope.
area for clues
I don't remember.
or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
I know there'll be one gorilla up,
Strategic
and
resource
then
located.
the
Avenger plotting new course.
lost mission. If you've skipped ahead a few seconds, I don't blame you.
Commander,
There it
as
is.
the resistance continues to grow, we'll have a better chance of finding
Dr.
what brings
Yegor
the strike back
Petrov.
at Advent. As it is, we've already identified a potential target to disrupt the aliens' operations in this region. Our window of opportunity is
Ooh,
limited, so
floaty
we'll have to
gun.
move fast.
There we go. Oh, mods are great. Okay. Subway. Which makes me immediately say shotgun. I don't need vests put on, and I didn't actually start any research either. Oops. Tums. Just real quick for the Space Marines. They now have stats they give in the armor, which I think is pretty cool. Like Scout Marine gets a little more mobility with no extra armor. This gives a piece of armor. Very cool stuff. I think sending 2 people with shields is not the worst idea I've ever had. Maybe just 1 person with shields. How about we do that? Looks like... Just take that. And, yeah, there we go. Everyone's going out with clone weapons. Alright, well thank you very much for watching this. Of course, again, if you want this to become a more regular series beyond the first couple of parts, be sure to like this video. Subscribe, of course, if you're new. Comment below that you're enjoying it and share it with your friends so that it can get enough views. And until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you much. Jake Hardy.